You said that they were, running the Black Hawk that the plane hit. They were running a night vision flight. Can you talk about that a little bit?
This is one of the rumors out there in regards to the helicopter. All of the pilots, in the military have to do it's basically, you have to qualify being able to do your job while wearing night vision. Now, typically in a standard, your two eyeballs, you got about 160 degrees you can see. You put nods on, you're down to about 40 to 45 degrees, and you always got to do the figure eight and keep doing this so you don't miss anything. All right. So it was also reported that didn't have lights on, which you technically, if you're doing a nod check, you got to have the lights off.
Yeah.
All right. Now, why are you doing that on an airport that is as busy as that one, by the Capitol? Is out of, I literally can't understand that.
I don't know.
Like, typically you go to an airfield that's not going to have that kind of traffic. Like, I don't know, one on a military base or one near a military base, and just do it there.
You would think.
And listen, I mean, I literally was almost brought to tears when I found out that shit happened.
I mean, obviously this was a pointless mistake.
Well, they didn't need to die.
No one needed to die.
And it was the ice skating team. So you have all of these families.
And from what I know, no survivors.
Listen, if you crash, you're coming into landing.
Yeah.
You are not going to survive that. A mid-air collision.
We've all seen Die Hard 2.
You know who survives mid-air collisions? Fighter pilots with ejection seats.
There you go.
And they got about, I don't know, maybe half a second to make that decision. And then they're going back to the lobby.
Mm-hmm. It's like Ron White. If one of these engines fails, how far will the other one take us? All the way to the scene of the crash.
He's absolutely correct.
So, I mean, obviously that there were mistakes made on a lot of different levels at this point. But one person who was not a part of that mistake making is our duly elected president. And they're still trying to blame him anyway. Politico journalist blames the plane crash on Trump as bodies are being pulled from frigid rivers. David Friedlander, 8 days ago, Trump issued an executive order freezing the hiring of air traffic controllers. It's a dangerous freeze. Yeah, he didn't send everybody home, you fucking jackass.
Hang on.
He didn't fire everybody. He just put a hiring freeze on.
If you want to work for the federal government, at a minimum, if it's a low GS job, it's going to take 6 months. If it's a GS 7 or above, or 8 or above, they might have moved the scale. It's going to take a year.
Yeah.
One of my former commanders put his application in for the DEA, and he did not actually get a school date to attend until after 2 years had passed. They did 2 investigations. There's all this bureaucracy bullshit you got to go through.
Well, I guess we can hire a white guy now.
He was Greek, actually.
And Mr. Friedlander is not the only one being retarded.
Yeah.
Am I allowed to say that on YouTube? I don't care if I'm not. Feminist news.
The DC plane crash is a crime scene and Elon's fingerprints are all over.
All right, first of all.
Now Elon Musk are going to blame him too. Because his heart went out to them, right? Oh, my God.
Well, here's the thing. Okay. Am I a worshiper of Mr. Elon Musk?
Of course not.
I am not.
That's a cult.
But if you look at his past history, he bought Twitter for $44 billion.
Boing.
Took possession of the company, and literally 83% of the employees got laid off because they were unnecessary.
Because they suck.
So he actually has a process where he looks at what you do and determines, do you need to be there? No. Gone. We need to do that with the federal government.
Absolutely.
And we need to do that across the state governments as well.
We got a nice article for you talking about some of the ways that our government loves to spend our tax dollars.
Oh, please tell me
you're going to love this.
Please tell me this is the condom one.
It is.
I knew it.
Oh, man. But we're not quite there yet. We still have to discuss the fact that the FAA, the reason why this happened isn't because of Trump. It's because of their own bullshit practices. Once again, libs of TikTok coming to the rescue. Current job listing for an air traffic controller on the FAA's website is open to people with disabilities, including psychiatric and intellectual delays. Doesn't it make you feel safe knowing your air traffic controller can have an intellectual disability or have a seizure while directing your flight?
Yeah.
DEI literally gets people killed. And here it is, all highlighted for you. Open with persons with disabilities. And then you go on to the next page where it actually summarizes this stuff. Developmental disabilities, speech impairment, deaf or serious difficulty hearing, blind or serious difficulty seeing. These are targeted disabilities or serious health conditions. They literally want these people.
A missing extremity, I don't think that really applies to air traffic controlling.
Not so much, but like intellectual disabilities,
yes.
significant psychiatric disorders, like schizophrenia. You might think you're hearing somebody telling you something and then issue an order.
Another one that should not be on this is dwarfism.
Yeah,
listen,
that's a tiny problem.
Yeah, I've actually known guys with dwarfism who are just super fucking smart, man.
Oh yeah, without a doubt.
So that shouldn't be on this list at all.
Yeah. Actually, this is my favorite cameo in the Avengers movies was when Infinity War, when Peter Dinklage shows up and he's a fucking giant.
Yeah.
I'm like, that is the best casting in this entire fucking franchise. That was awesome.
Yeah, he's from the Game of Thrones, right?
Back when Marvel was awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, he did a really good job in that series.
Oh yeah. If you like, updates of classic plays. A couple of years ago, he did a new remake of Cyrano de Bergerac. It was just called Cyrano. Same director that made Hannah, which is one of the few like kick-ass woman movies that I actually enjoyed. It was like, yeah, I don't believe this teenage girl can kick a lot of ass, but when she's doing like the stealth stuff and whatnot that she learned from her dad because he was like a kick-ass spy, all that stuff was really fucking cool. Very well-made movie. So if you guys haven't checked that one out, I recommend it.
It's pretty good.
More information coming in, this time from Bobby Yu over on the Twatter. Under Biden, FAA is now allowed to ATC graduates from 2 colleges to bypass the training. What could go wrong?
Oh my God.
Recent changes to the methodology used by the FAA to hire air traffic controllers may have resulted in some highly qualified candidates finding themselves without a job. A report from CBS News claims that some of the top-ranked students from highly respected ATC programs have been rejected as a result of a new pre-employment testing.
That meaning they were the wrong...
The wrong color.
Gender.
They're the wrong gender.
Color,
wrong
sexual
color.
orientation.
They're not munching enough rug with a rug between their legs. Yeah, it's good.
The psychological problems. Like if you're a schizophrenic and you're seeing shit,
yeah,
you should not be making calls where anywhere from 50 to 500 people could die.
Mm-hmm.
Watch Grunt Speak live every Tuesday and Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern. And if you want to join Pop for Supporter Sundays, go to redonkulous.com/donate and make a monthly pledge. A link is in the Meat Gazer box.